Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the sketch I'll be completing in this video with ink and watercolor. It's a few little chickens hanging out in Key West, Florida. So let's get started. So I've sped this up just one speed, so it's not going to take too long. It's going to be a quick little sketch. I'm going to start off with my mechanical pencil and just get these little chickens squared off right away on where I want them on the paper. And I'm using my Bauhung watercolor paper. This is a 7 by 4.9 inch black paper, which is really nice. I love this paper. It's a tad textured, more so than I prefer, but I really like the way the watercolor takes on this paper. So once I get these chickens lined up, I'm going to go ahead now with my Micron 0.1 and just kind of start finishing up outlining them, putting a little background, but I want to give you a little bit of education on these chickens. Some of these things I didn't know myself. So these are Key West chickens, affectionately referred to as gypsy chickens. They run free on the streets and they act like royalty. They expect the right of way when crossing the street and food on command. They have full access to restaurants and gift shops, but it's against the law to feed or handle them, so don't do that. So you're probably asking, well, how did they get there? And back in the 19th century, the locals relied heavily on chickens for their meat and eggs. But when modern supermarkets came to be, the farmers closed the chicken farms closed down and they released these feather friends into the wild. So now they're just running amok and everybody loves them and they are treated like royalty. They do have, in case you're wondering, they do have caretakers that ensure the well-being of these feathered friends, providing food, water, and creating safe nesting spaces. These efforts maintain a harmonious coexistence between humans and chickens in Key West. So I found that very interesting. I didn't know that, and I saw this little reference photo and I thought how cute. So when I looked up some more information, I thought that was very interesting and I thought I would like to share that with you. So I hope you found that interesting. If you've been to Key West, then you know. And unfortunately, it's on my bucket list. Haven't got there. I've got friends that are constantly asking, when are we going to go? When are we going to go? But if you know me, I still have, from my previous videos, I still have an older dog and just don't want to leave her. She's getting a little finicky and I don't know. There's plenty of time for me to see these places and a lot of places that I want to see in Florida. So I'll get there. I'll get there. But for right now, I'm a fur mom, and I just here to take care of my puppies. I have a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old. So 15-year-old's getting a little bit hard of hearing, and also a little bit difficulty seeing. So poor little girl, but she's our sweetheart, and we don't want to leave her. So we'll get there someday. So here I've got the chickens all put in, and I'm going to put a little bit of a background here. There's a little house and maybe a little four-season room there, and then some palm trees. And there's a couple little palm trees to the left, but I'm going to put them right between the two chickens there. I kind of ran out of room because this image is a little bit longer than my piece of paper. And I made the chickens a little bit bigger, so I like that. I think they filled up the paper nicely. So I've got everything sketched out. I'm going to erase the pencil line that I initially did. And I'm going to grab my Little travel palette, some clean water, and my Dugato Zero mop brush. Love this brush, it's my go-to. Holds a lot of water. I actually want to wet that top down. I started mixing, but I rinsed off my brush because I want to wet that top of the sky down, and then I'm going to drop in some cobalt blue. And then I'm going to blot out some little cloud area. You can lift up some of the paint with the brush, dried out, not a dried out brush, but a somewhat dry brush. And then use a paper towel just to pull out some of that paint to give us a little nice cloud effect. I've got some aqua here with a lot of water. I'm going to keep this water very light. I'll add a little bit of a dark blue towards the back. With just a little bit of the ultramarine. Or I might have used cobalt with a little ultramarine. Just a little bit. I'm going to keep it soft. Our focus is the chickens. And then a little yellow ochre for our sand. Get my swatch chart out here. Because the purple, oh, it's just a straight violet. I'm going to use the violet here for the shadowing. And that yellow ochre isn't quite dry yet, but that's okay. It's okay if it blends. It makes the shadow a little softer. So I'm going to dry this a little bit first because I want to go ahead and put in the chicken's comb part of their head, and I don't want that to bleed into the sky. So I'm using a nice bright cad red, and I love this brush because it has a really nice fine tip to it. Now I'm going to make sure I let that dry a little bit, so I'm going to move on to a little something else so I'm not too close to that. And so I'm going to go ahead and put in the palm trees with the phthalo green light and a little cad yellow mixed into that. Careful not to hit that red. And then a little bit of a green landscape in the background, and add a little yellow ochre again in the back just for a little bit of a sandy beach. I'm going to make these roofs red even though they're on the gray. I think they're grayish with a little bit of blue, but I'm going to make them pop and carry that red elsewhere. And this little Payne's gray just to fill in the rest of those buildings in the background there. So I'm going to go ahead back in with some shadowing, even though there's no purple on these birds, but I'm going to use the violet as the bottom of the bird as they're shadowing. And again, that carries it through with the shadow that's on the floor. And I mixed a little bit of a cad red orange. And a little bit of brown. This is a burnt umber. I've got a brown bird, kind of a yellow ochre bird, and a white bird. They're all a little different. They all start looking the same though, but we're going to change that up a little bit later. little beak. And a little more violet shadowing. I took a moment to dry this. And I'm going to go back in and add a little yellow ochre for their legs and feet. Just a little more shadowing here and there. So I'm going to go ahead and dry that again and start filling in some little details with the Micron 05. Just putting a little detail in that back house with some windows, some eyes, outline the beak, and just doing a little detail on the feathers. Not quite sure exactly where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of going with the flow. And I'm going to grab the 01 now and just do a little bit of some feathering. The 01 is good for this because I just want it very fine. And we'll put in some little rocks and sticks and some little gravel, some little seashells. And I'm back to the 05, just doing a little more darker details just to make some things kind of stand out so it's not so monotone. And I'm going to go in and put some little spatters of blue and spatters of green. I'm going to go ahead and dry that again. And add some details to the palm tree trunk with just some lines. And I'm going to fill in a little more red. I want these guys a little bit darker in certain areas, so I'm going in with the burnt umber. And a little more orange. Mixed with a little bit of yellow ochre. Adding a little more violet and a little more orange to the sky. And just a little more red. So now I'm going to grab my Unipasca and just put in some white details because this guy's pretty white on the left here, and I've covered him up with a lot of shadowing. So I can go back in, and this guy's head's a little, out of the three of them, this guy's head's the worst. So I'm going to go in and kind of try and fix him. But add some highlights. I love the Uniposca. It's really nice for just some finishing details. Get those beaks back in there with the pen. And here's my finished sketch. I did a little bit more with the Uniposca around their necks. I just added some little dots and dashes. And so yeah, here's my Key West chickens. So I hope you enjoyed this sketch. I have never done chickens before, so this was a first, and it was a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoyed the story that went along with it. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. I would appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. And I'll leave a list of the supplies below in the description. Hope you have a wonderful day, and bye for now.